Hey everybody, sorry you caught me deleting some emails. I don't know how these inboxes can get so full, and then of course if they fill up you can't send anything, which is probably a good note to you students to know that you have to check your Evangel email every once in a while because it will fill up, and then if it gets too full we can't send you anything, and then that would be bad. So you may want to sit around and spend some time deleting emails as well. So, oh, I got that done. Okay, so your time's important. I don't want to waste your time. Hey, we're in week 3, which means we're kind of to the halfway point or a little bit over, so that's good. You should be getting now in your emails, if there is plenty of room for you, the MBTI results from the assessment you took. So take a look at that, and you know, maybe you'll learn a little bit about yourself, some things that you didn't know, and so that'll be interesting information. You'll get to use that in next week's assignment, not the week that we're on right now, but in week 4, you'll be able to put some of those findings to use, so that'll be fun. And, you know, this is still kind of supposed to be fun, even though we're, you know, in this education process. So feel free to share with each other some maybe aha moments you had from that, and so that'll be pretty cool. I think right now you're still taking assessment 1, and it will be due by this Friday, the 30th, I think. Anyway, whatever it says on the in the course content there, you'll be able to keep track of that. So get that turned in. And I know this is a heavy week. I know you're doing the assessment, and then you've got 4 chapters to read, and there's 4 assignments. So you go, oh, this is terrible. Well, just know that this is probably the toughest week of all of them, because next week we drop back to 3 chapters, and then on the last week we drop back to 3 chapters. Of course, we've got some assessments thrown in there for that too. So anyway, just to tell you a little bit about your homework on assignment 3.1, it says to obtain a drawing, a chart, your organizational chart. And so know that in this homework you need to have a picture of some kind, whether you draw it digitally or copy and paste something out of a website for your company or organization. But you have to have a picture of your company, the way the organization works, and then answer the descriptions or the discussion there in an essay format. And if you can't obtain one, or if your company is just too big, you can just do your department too. So, you know, the leader of the department, and then, you know, whatever levels you've got in there. That's cool. Assignment 3.1 is probably the heavy lifting assignment of this week, and the rest of them are pretty easy. Let's see, assignment 3.2 is to write a paper, a reflective paper on change. And that only really needs to be a page, but sometimes when people talk about, you know, their feelings on change, they ramble a little bit, and that's okay, don't worry about that. But that's a 10-point paper. Okay, assignment 3.3. That's a 20-point paper, and if you remember in the opening letter I sent out, I said if it's a 20-point paper, it's probably 2 pages. This is one of those examples where that's not the case. This is where you outline the human resource management activities in your organization. So you go to your HR person, say, hey, what do you really do here? And they give you a list of things they do, and, you know, if you can have them prioritize it, that'd be neat, but it's not totally necessary. Now, if you have one of those organizations that may not have an HR department, don't fear. You've read chapter 8 about what HR people do, and so what I want you to do is to make an outline of what you think the human resource or the human resource management activity should be for your organization. Does that make sense? So if you don't have one, if it doesn't exist, or if they're uncooperative on giving you the list, then you just kind of come up with something yourself. But that's really just an outline format, 1 page, and so you'll be good with that. And then assignment 3.4, you'll do a little exercise on page 285 about dealing with the stress in your life. And I'm sure this week you guys might have a little bit, so this would be a good time to go over that and kind of work through some exercises on how to fix that. So again, if you guys need me for anything, try to use the Q&A board as I had sent out in a message. That would be helpful for everybody, because if you've got a question, all right, somebody else may have the question but may not go through the exercise of asking it, so they end up doing something maybe not to their best, where if you would ask it and then they heard the answer, they're like, oh, well, I could do it that way. And so it works out better for everybody. So be a blessing to yourselves and each other. Have a great week. Let me know if you need anything. Bye.